Could this signal that we see just before the first strong energy waves be a precursor for earthquake early warning? Now this is going to get a bit technical, but stick with me. The sensors that monitor ground movement produce a voltage when they shake, and we digitize that voltage to be able to send it quickly over the internet. The digitizer chips in modern seismographs sample the voltage tens of thousands of times per second, but that's way too much data to send, and it contains a bunch of irrelevant frequency data. To make the data more manageable and relevant for earthquake monitoring, the digitizers save those at lower sample rates like 250 samples per second or 500 samples per second, which they achieve through high quality hardware filters and decimation. This is still a lot of data, so seismograph manufacturers give users the option to save data at even lower sample rates like 50 or 100 samples per second. So what has this got to do with earthquake precursors? Filtering real-time data in software is computationally intensive, so simpler filters are used. But the problem is that basic filters can introduce false signals into your data, particularly when there is a rapid change in signal level. And that's what we're seeing here, filtering artifacts, not real data. This is an example from a few years ago. There was an earthquake in Melbourne that was recorded by a seismograph that was storing data to disk at a software filtered 200 samples per second and also streaming this data over the internet at a software filtered 50 samples per second. And the very first impulsive signal is clearly visible, but both data sets have pre-earthquake filter artifacts to varying degrees. How do I know that this is not just how the earthquake looked? Well, this was back in COVID days, and I was running a seismograph in my garage about the same distance from the earthquake as that other station, but I was running it at a hardware digitizer sample rate of 250 samples per second. You can see that same impulsive arrival, but here it's super clean with no filter artifacts. Running at higher sample rate means storing and streaming more data, so the old adage of good, fast, cheap still holds true. If you want good data fast, it's not going to be cheap in storage or streaming bandwidth. So your data can be good, fast and cheap. Just pick any two.